doing? Welcome to my YouTube channel, my exclusive YouTube channel, my baby girl the Nailtech YouTube channel. So I decided to split and separate myself from my couples content from our usual YouTube page to this one, because I felt like I want to have a channel for the girlies who are really down to learn how to do nails. And so today we're going to be doing some nail art from this Betty set that you just saw in the intro video. So yeah, I did my left hand using my dominant hand. Now I'm going to show you how I do the other hand, and you also get to learn how to use an airbrush, how to do aura nails and everything. So basically, let's just get right into the video, and I'm going to start by introducing the items that we're going to use for this set to come out, how it came out, because child, it's giving purr, it's giving baddie, it's giving everything that it's supposed to give. So stay tuned to the video, like, subscribe, comment, share. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I love you guys. Bye. Let's get right into it. Okay, let's get right into the tutorial. So I'd already laid my cover base rubber base gel on my nails. I'm going to be doing a tutorial on that on some other time, but let's focus on art today. And these are the two gel polishes that I use to achieve that blue on blue effect. I feel like when it's a dark color over a lighter color and they're the same color, it really comes out nice. So yeah, these are the gel polishes, and then this is the airbrush that I'm using. So it has a bit of a mixture in it already, but then I'm going to show you how I put the mixture together anyway, because at this point it was now vaporing because I left it when I did my other hand. So you know, it has a little, this is the gun, like the trigger that you use to spray out the gel, and then it's got an on button and a charging port, so you can charge it. It's very nice, it's rechargeable. And then you're gonna need a nail art brush. So basically with these, I just buy them, the ones $1.50 and and then I just take my cuticle cutter and I cut the hairs until they get to like this nice thin little type look, because that's what you need for perfect art. You need to have your brush be flexible like this and have like very few hairs, so that you know it doesn't disturb your art. So I'm just now putting blue gel polish onto the lid of my old acrylic powder, because that's what I'm using as a palette at the moment. And I'm just wiping off the tacky layer from my rubber base gel. I really love doing these GelX nails now. I feel like I'm trying to get more into GelX nails as compared to acrylic, because it's, I don't know, it's just making me feel pretty good, and I get to focus more on my art because this doesn't take much time for me to do. So now we're going to get into the French. So obviously, as you see, I'm working with my left hand, so it's a bit slow. But when I do my French, like I said, the important thing is how your art brush looks, and the hairs, they have to be soft. They cannot have any gel polish stuck in them or nothing, because as you can see, it's just about light feathering movements. Like when you move your brush on your nail, it should literally feel like you're not doing anything. If you apply too much pressure, you're not going to be able to make the brush move how you want it to. Like, you know how you want to make that U shape and then you want the brush to go up, like what I'm doing? You have to be very gentle with your movements, and your brush has to be clean and super thin for you to really achieve this. So yeah, this is just me pretty much going through that process. And yeah, as I was saying, I feel like GelX nails are a game changer for me personally. I feel like they're easier to do for me personally. I'm really enjoying them as someone who really loves to do art. I feel like I really enjoy the art part of doing nails as compared to the acrylic part, especially with winter time. It's been so hard, and I recently just killed the Kolinsky brush that I just purchased, so I had to rebuy more Kolinsky brushes. So it's like it's tense, and they haven't even arrived yet. You know how things are when you're trying to get your things sourced out and you need them to come at that particular time when you're in trouble, and then you just realize that it's not gonna come at that time. But anywho, that's life. So at this point, I just did my other French finger, and I think you're really just getting pretty much the idea when it comes to doing art. And I feel like if you do your left hand the more that you keep on doing it, the better you get at it. It's now been almost like a year and a half of me doing my own nails, both left and right hand side. So I'm still a bit rusty. I've not yet really gotten to the point of perfection that I really want to get to, but I feel like right now I am really doing a very, very good job at it at the moment. So yeah. And I also feel like the best part about doing your own nails is you also get to experience the products and see what product you're using that is probably not working well for your clients, because sometimes I get feedback about how like my chrome is chipping off or the gel top coat is chipping off. I'm not a perfect nail tech. I can't really say that I'm like a seasoned nail tech yet, but I'm no longer a beginner. But I feel like I'm now like at the intermediate level, because I haven't really gotten to the level of perfection that I want to get to. So whenever clients tell me this and this is happening with my product, like with your product on my nails, I kind of have an understanding because I do my own nails. So I feel like that's a plus. I feel like if you're a nail tech, you really need to try and get into doing your own nails so that you really just, understand when your clients tell you that something is wrong. And it also just helps you to quickly identify if there's a problem with any of your products. And for me, doing this GelX rubber base on myself is also for me to test out the retention of my nails. So now at this point I'm just doing the full color nail, which is the middle finger, and for the cuticle area I like to go in with my nail art brush because I feel like it just perfects the look. I'm a very messy gel applier. I don't know if there's such, but I'm not as clean when it comes to applying my gel polish. And then I just pop that into the lamp for 120 seconds, and this is how it's looking. I really like how the Frenchies came out. And now I'm just going to apply some top coat on them. And when you apply your top coat, make sure that you applied every single little corner of your nail, because that's also what leads to chipping. I actually had to learn this the hard way, and for me I had to learn it through my clients and also through myself, that oh my god, this top coat is no longer shining anymore, it's no longer looking nice, what's going on. I had to go through a lot of videos on TikTok, and I realized that you really have to like apply your top coat like properly, not too much, not too little, and just make sure that you cover every single corner, every single crevice of the nails. So after I put my top coat, then I'm just gonna pop this back into the lamp again for 120 seconds again. And this is how it is looking at the moment. I really love how it's looking. And now we're gonna go in with the star of the show, the Airbrush. I got mine for $25 at a bakery, like a WhatsApp, Facebook marketplace of a baker who was selling these products, because I think bakers also use this. So what you do is you're going to take your gel polish and you're going to put like about 3 to 4 dollops of gel polish into the airbrush. This is why when someone says that Aura nails are expensive, that's the reason, because most of your gel polish is lost to just one set. It's different from doing Frenchies with the gel polish, because here you're gonna put like a generous amount. You cannot be selfish because it actually affects everything. Then you're gonna get your acetone and you're gonna add a couple drops. Like, you're not gonna put too much, you're just gonna put a bit, because okay, it should be like 50%, like half gel polish, half acetone, because you want to have the perfect consistency so that when you switch on your airbrush and you do that airbrush effect, it comes out perfectly. Then I went in with my dotting tool, which has really gone through a lot. Like, it just has like a lot of gunk on it, and then I just use that to mix up the gel polish. You have to mix very well, because if you don't, some of that thick gel polish might get stuck in the airbrush, and then you have a big blockage, and now it's like not really airbrushing the nails like it's supposed to. It will just look like a splatter everywhere. Yeah, splatter. So yeah, this is just me just mixing it up, and I feel like this is a very good product to have, because even for ombre nails, it's gonna save you. Even for those ombre French, where like someone wants like a French that has got like a light pink at the top and then a dark pink at the bottom, this is gonna save you. I just feel like it's the best thing that's ever been brought to nail techs. Whoever thought about taking this thing from the bakers and bringing it to nail techs, girl, you're the one. So now I'm gonna get this paper tissue that I use, and you're gonna first switch on your airbrush and test it on the paper tissue to see if the color that is coming out is the color that you want to come out of your airbrush. So you test on the side, like you're seeing me doing over there. I like the color, this is what I want, and it's coming out nicely. It's coming out with a bit of a gradient, and the way that you press that trigger affects everything. So for me, I like to go in with a very light press motion. So also what you need to do is put the tissue at the back of the finger that you're working on, and as you see me working there, I'm not pressing the trigger to the end. So I'm like about 5 centimeters away from the nail, and I'm doing light presses. Obviously you're going to make a couple mistakes, and that's the important part about putting a gel top coat layer on top. It's kind of like to encapsulate, which is like to protect the art that you've done at the bottom. So that's why you put a layer of top coat, and then you're just going to lightly press the trigger. Like, you have to be super light. And one thing that I realized is that when you start to use a airbrush, okay, like you see me doing over there, little circular motions, and you're pressing the trigger about 5 to 6 centimeters away from the nail. Be light-handed. What I was going to say is that you have to kind of practice this on a little practice model, little practice thingy majig a couple times until you really get the hang of it. Because when you initially start with your airbrush, you're still trying to maneuver how to use it. You're still trying to maneuver how to press the trigger, how to make it come out a nice circle, how you make it look very nice and intergalactic and cute. So that's pretty much what I'm doing at this point. Light pressing motions on the trigger, like as you see me doing there. It's literally like I'm not really pressing, but I'm kind of pressing, as you can see. And then you just focus on one particular area, but you go like a little bit in a bit of a circular motion, but not too much of a circular motion because you don't want to cover the entire nail. But then this nail that was just pissing me off, and I had to like redo it because I was just like, ugh, it looks like I brushed it. Like, that's my index finger. I just felt like it wasn't like properly done, so I had to just wipe it and redo it. As you see, that's the benefit of encapsulating your art. So when someone says encapsulation, you can do it with clear acrylic when you're doing acrylic nails or whatever, but the term encapsulation is just about protecting the art that is at the bottom. So whenever you're using your airbrush and you want to do aura nails, make sure that you put a layer of top coat as the base, so that when you mess up, you don't have to have hairs getting stuck to the art, or the art coming off when you're trying to rub off the airbrush effect that you don't want. And I also felt like my middle finger just needed a little bit more effect, a little bit more pizzazz. Then as soon as I was done, as you can see, that's nice, that's cute, I popped that back into the lamp for 30 seconds, nothing more than 30 seconds, because I came to realize that if you keep it in for longer, it kind of just, the look just doesn't really look as nice. I don't know what happens to it. It's like it just, finyama, I don't know what it does. So I actually forgot an important step, which is to actually clean the side walls of my nails before popping it into the lamp. So I did something naughty. I took my brush and I just cleaned the sides with acetone, which I don't recommend, but that's what I did. Then we're going to encapsulate again with top coat to protect the aura effect of the nails. So this is also a second encapsulation. So that's why I'm saying whenever you put your top coat, make sure that you're not putting too much, because the thing is, you don't want it to seep to the other sides and destroy the shape of your nails. You don't want it to just mess up the general look of your nails. So at this point, we're just putting on top coat on the nails. I sometimes feel like I talk too much, but I feel like the girlies really just love to have proper explanation of how to do nails, and I feel like this is what my channel is for. It's for those girls who want to learn how to do nails but don't have the money to spend on lessons. They just have the money to spend on investing in their business, or you just want to do your own nails. You're sick and tired of going to the salon, and you just feel like you're a girl who just likes to sit down and do self-care literally to themselves. This is generally your type of thing to be watching. This is the channel for you, and I feel like I just wanted to also give people an opportunity to get onto this journey and not have difficulties maneuvering it like how I had difficulties in maneuvering this journey. Anyway, this is how the nails were looking after top coat. I popped them back into the lamp, popped them out. This is how they were looking. Cute, it's already giving aura nail set. Like, without the chrome, it's already it's already giving. Please don't mind the bottom of the nails being messy, because I just changed the shape of my old set. Now we're gonna go in with a buffer, because I'm gonna try this chrome method. I've been really struggling with chrome in my Nailtech journey. It's one of the most trickiest things to be working with, because it just goes everywhere. It just spreads all over if you don't treat it right. So I saw this new technique where you buff the nail, and then after you buff the nails, you then go in with your chrome design that you want to put. So at this point, I'm just buffing up my nails, and you see why it's important to put the top coat. Encapsulation, my art is protected, but I just buffed off the top coat so that there is no shine anymore, and it's so important that there is no shine whatsoever. So this is my chrome palette. I got this from my co-worker. She gave it to me. She's so sweet. So it's got a lot of colors, but people usually just come for the gold. They don't want the greens and the purples, which I don't understand why. Maybe I'm gonna use them at some point in time. So I put some black gel polish on my palette, and then I put top coat. So I'm gonna mix that together, because I saw that it's better when you mix top coat and the black gel polish, that it really does have the chrome give you like a mirror effect. So I'm gonna be trying that. Back in mixing with the same dotting tool that I said has seen its days. Now you can't even tell that it's a dotting tool. It just looks like a stick with a metal tip. I don't know. And now I'm just gonna go in with my art on top of the buffed layer that I've created, and at this point I was really just hoping for it to really work out, because I had never done this before. Like I said, I had already been struggling with chrome. It's just been giving me stress, because I have this OCD where if I feel like the chrome is not giving, I won't stop filing it off and redoing it constantly. But I was like, you know what, instead of just sticking to one thing, I think it's important as a nail tech to just be open to learning and researching and trying many options until you get comfortable with something. So at this point, like I said, you mix your gel polish, black gel polish with top coat. Black gel polish is really important to use when you're doing chrome, because it really does give off the mirror effect. Like you can't get the mirror effect with any other color. So black gel polish is super important. It's definitely the way to go. So I'm just doing this little abstracty type art on these fingers, and then I decided to do the little stars that are on my left hand as well on the Aura nail. So I use my dotting tool to first create a dot, and again, your liner brush should be super thin for this to come out, because now you're going to use that liner brush to draw out gel polish from the center of that dot, and you're drawing out lines very lightly. Light work is so important. Being light-handed is very much important when you're doing nails in anything that you do, be it filing your client, be it working with your brush, be it doing acrylic nails, be it anything. You just have to be very light-handed and very gentle. So you're just going to pull out lines, and that's how you create that star effect. If you are heavy-handed, you really have to practice to be light-handed, otherwise you'll feel like your tools are failing you, but it's just you who's a poor carpenter. That's the honest truth. And a poor carpenter will always blame their tools, will always be like, oh, this thing does not work, that's why I prefer this thing. I feel like you have to be someone who's willing to learn, and this journey is really just for people who are interested in art, who are interested in being patient and seeing it work over time. Then I put it in the lamp, and now I'm back out, and then I'm just gonna be rubbing the top coat on. So this method actually works, but I actually came to realize that also when you're applying chrome, you should not rub like a mad person. I was literally rubbing like a mad person on one of the fingers, on that particular index finger, and the chrome got everywhere. But I realized that if you just rub really light-handed constantly on the place that you want with your finger or whatever you're gonna use, if you're gonna use those little makeup little thingies to rub it on, just rub it on the area of concern, and don't be too heavy-handed, otherwise it's going to spread into the other parts of the nail that you don't want the chrome to be on. So that's how it came out, and then we're gonna put another layer of top coat on. So you see why it's important to have thin layers, but thin good layers of adequate top coat. It's really gonna contribute to everything. It's gonna make your nail work look better and better, and the more that you understand your top coats, the better. For me, I'm using Blingle UV glaze. I bought a big one, a value size one. I did do like a little mini haul of it on my previous YouTube channel, which is my couples YouTube channel with my boyfriend. Please go subscribe and watch the video on that channel. It's so sweet, it's so cute. But anyway, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for choosing to come on this journey of learning how to do nails, how to be a better nail tech with me. Whether you're a beginner, whether you're already a seasoned nail tech, but you just want to be up to date with the designs, that's all you. So now at this point, I'm just cleaning out my nails with an alcohol swab, like a cotton pad that I soaked in alcohol, just to clean off any hairs, any little thingies around my nails, just to polish them up, see them shining, see if the top coat really got into the nails. And I'm just cleaning out both my hands, because it's about the time when I show you guys how they came out. So this is how the nails came out, guys. They came out I'm gonna give them their couple seconds to shine, as I just thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. I thank you guys so much for supporting my business. I can't wait to have you guys also come over as clients or as people who are just trying to find out more information. You can just let me know in the comment section what more you want to see, other nail tutorials that you want to see me do for specific nails and all that. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching my video. I'm gonna let you guys go. Bye.